If you're getting into VTOL drones, this is the part that scares most of the people off. The electronics, wires, components, ports, firmware. It looks like a mess, but I'm going to show you it's actually pretty simple. Today, we're wiring up a Flightory Stallion from scratch. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what each component does, how to connect it, and how to configure it in INAV. Alright, let's go. I'm building a Flightory Stallion VTOL. It's a fixed wing plane that takes off and lands vertically. To make that work, we need a flight controller that's smart enough to handle two separate different flight modes, multi-rotor and fixed wing, and switch between them mid-air. That's where INAV comes in. INAV is the firmware running on the flight controller, and it handles all of that for us. But before we touch the firmware, let's lay out the parts. Here's everything we're using today. This is the flight controller, the brain, a CoreWing F405 V2 that has all the UARTs and outputs we need for a VTOL build. It also has a barometer, gyro, and accelerometer on board for everything to plug into. To connect three ESCs together, I'm going to be using a power module. There's more on that later on. This little square thing is the GPS, a Holybro Micro M10. For all motors, we're using an EMAX ECO II 13 kV. Last up, we've got the servos. We've actually got 6 in this build, 2 different types. One will do the tilt of the motors, and then the 4 will either be ailerons and the elevators. Alright, we're going to start wiring soon. But let me pause here for a sec. Everything here may feel intimidating. It may feel like there's too much going on, but we're going to try to break it down and make it easier for you to understand. Alright, let's start off with the power module. Here I've soldered an XT60 connector to the main input pads. This is where the power will be coming from the flight controller. The thing to watch out for is the polarity here. Plus goes to plus, minus goes to minus. If you reverse your battery leads, you will smoke the entire thing. Next is the ESCs. The ESC has 3 motor wires that go to the EMAX motors. Additionally, I have 3 bullet connectors to cleanly disconnect from those motors. Then the ESC has a signal wire and a ground wire that will go directly to the flight controller. The thing to watch out for is the motor direction with these. All I have to do is swap the blue connectors around if the motors are spinning up the wrong way. Next, the GPS. The Holybro M10 has 6 wire connectors. 4 of those wires are GPS data, TX, RX, 5 volt and ground, and they'll be going to the UART port of the flight controller. Additionally, there's 2 compass data ports, SDA and SCL, and they'll be going to the same connector. The thing to watch out for is TX on the GPS goes to RX on the flight controller and vice versa. If the GPS doesn't start up, generally check the TX and RX are matching correctly. Next, the servos. Each servo has 3 wires, signal, 5 volts and ground. These will be plugged into the flight controller. There will be 6 in total, 2 for the ailerons, 2 for the rudders, and 2 for the tilt mechanisms of the motors. The last connection is the receiver. We're running an Express LRS receiver. It's a 4-wire connection, 5 volts, ground, TX, and RX. Those 4 wires go straight into a UART of the flight controller. The thing to watch out for is the TX and the RX pin out. This will trip you up. The TX pin on the receiver goes to the RX pin on the flight controller. The RX pin on the receiver goes to the TX pin on the flight controller. They cross over. That's it. Power, ESCs, GPS, servos, receiver, 6 connections. Now we plug it into the computer and configure it. I'll also shut up now and show me connecting it all together. I'll also show 2 curveballs, so stick to the end and I'll explain what I did and why I did it. All right, did you catch the two curveballs? So the first curveball was I plugged the GPS into UART 4, which was actually meant for the telemetry port. Do you know why I did this? I don't know, because I had a cable that was already connected into the same pin out, and I tried it and it worked. So tell me in the comments if I'm doing something wrong. The second curveball was I did not mention that I added a VTX and a gimbal setup. I plugged the VTX into the top DJI port, and then I also powered the gimbal out of the standard cam analog port, which works. Wasn't meant to be, but it works. Anyways, that's all for this video. Stick around for another one coming soon where I configure the hardware that you just seen in INAV and get it all up and running.